Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we have this cozy and super oversized scarf. If you're anything like me, you will love your scarves to be like a blanket wrapped around you just to keep you nice and cozy and warm. It's really easy to make. All you need is a weight 5 yarn and a 7mm crochet hook. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my blog crochetwithcarrie.com. The yarn I used was a Fluffy Day XL from Hobby. The yarn label says this is a weight 4, but in my opinion I think it's a weight 5. It's a lot thicker than a weight 4, so just keep that in mind. I used 9 balls, but that all depends on how wide you want your scarf or how long. I made mine 18 inches wide by about 75 inches long. So we're going to begin by making a chain of 48. The stitch multiple for this scarf is 4 plus 4. So just keep that in mind if you want your scarf to be smaller in width. So just go ahead and make your chain in multiples of 4 plus 4. So once you have your 48 chains, we are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then we're going to single crochet into every chain all the way across. So at the end of this row we are going to chain 3 and then turn your work. This chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, so we're going to skip that first space and then into the next make 1 double crochet and then continue placing 1 double crochet all the way across. And at the end of this row, chain 1 and then turn your work, single crochet into that very first stitch, and then single crochet into every stitch all the way across. At the end of the row, your last single crochet is on top of that chain 3. For the next row, chain 3 and then turn your work. This chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So make 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 single crochet. So now we're going to be working on the double crochet row, that's 2 rows below. So we're going to count 4 double crochets in, and we're going to do our double post stitch around that 4th double crochet. So to do that, yarn over, insert your hook around that post, pull your yarn through, and just pull your yarn up slightly so that it's the same height as your other stitches. Then yarn over, insert your hook around that post again, pull your yarn through, pull your yarn up, then yarn over, pull through the 4 loops. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to skip that single crochet that's directly behind, and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next 3 double crochets, that's 2 rows below, and then around that 4th double crochet make your double post stitch. So yarn over, count 4 stitches over, around that 4th stitch, insert your hook behind, pull your yarn through, pull your yarn up, yarn over, insert your hook around that stitch again, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 4 loops. You should now have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to skip that single crochet directly behind, and then into each of the next 3 single crochets place 1 double crochet. So you're going to repeat that all the way across. You're going to skip 3 double crochets, that's 2 rows below. So skip 3 double crochets, and then around that 4th double crochet make your double post stitch. Skip that single crochet directly behind, and then into each of the next 3 single crochets place 1 double crochet. So you're going to repeat that pattern all the way across. Here I am at the end of the row. I've just made my double post stitch, so skip that single crochet directly behind. You should have 3 stitches left, so into each of those 3 stitches place 1 double crochet. For the next row, chain 1 and then turn your work, and then single crochet into every stitch all the way across. At the end of the row, chain 3 and then turn your work. We're going to make a double post stitch into the second double crochet. So right here, so yarn over, insert your hook around that post, pull your yarn through, yarn over, insert your hook around that post again, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So here behind we have the single crochet that has our chain 3. We're going to skip that and the next single crochet, and then into the next stitch make 1 double crochet, and then make 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 single crochet. So if you look in between those 2 bobbles, you will find 3 double crochets. We're going to be working a double post stitch around that middle double crochet. So go ahead and do your double post stitch around that middle double crochet. Skip the single crochet directly behind and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. And you're going to basically repeat that all the way across. You're going to look for your set of 3 double crochets 2 rows below, right here, and then make your double post stitch around that middle double crochet. Skip the single crochet directly behind and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that all the way across. So here I am at the end of the row. I've just made 3 double crochets, so we're going to do our double post stitch around that middle double crochet 2 rows below. Skip the single crochet directly behind. You should have 1 stitch left, so into that last stitch make 1 double crochet. And for the next row, chain 1, turn your work and then single crochet into every stitch all the way across. So these last 4 rows will form your pattern, so you're just going to basically repeat those 4 rows over and over again. So your next row will be chain 3, then make 2 double crochets, then you're going to look for your 3 double crochets 2 rows below, and into that middle double crochet make your double post stitch. Skip the single crochet directly behind and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that. Find your 3 double crochets 2 rows below, and then around that middle double crochet make your double post stitch. Skip the single crochet directly behind and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that all the way across. At the end of the row, chain 1, turn your work, and then single crochet into every stitch all the way across. At the end of the row, chain 3 and then turn your work. Then we are going to count 2 stitches, 2 double crochets in. So count 1, 2, around that second double crochet make your double post stitch. We're going to skip the single crochet directly behind the one that's attached to our chain 3, skip that, skip the next single crochet, and then into the next make 1 double crochet, and then make 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 single crochets. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. You are going to look for your set of 3 double crochets 2 rows below. So here we have our 3 double crochets, and then around that middle double crochet make your double post stitch. Skip the single crochet directly behind, and then into each of the next 3 single crochets make 1 double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way across. Here I am at the end of the row. I've just made 3 double crochets, so now we're going to count 2 double crochets in from the side, and then around that double crochet make your double post stitch. Skip the single crochet directly behind, then you should have 1 stitch left, so into that last stitch make 1 double crochet. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then single crochet into every stitch all the way across. So you're going to go ahead and repeat those 4 rows over and over again until the length of your scarf is about 75 inches long. Of course, if you want your scarf shorter, just do less rows. So once you have that done, you're going to fasten off. So once you're happy with the length of your scarf, we are going to start working on our fringe. I did 75 inches for my scarf. It's completely up to you what length you want. So once you have that done, we're going to start working on the fringe. So to make the fringe, we're going to cut a bunch of yarn about 20 inches long. Then we're going to take 6 strands, and we're going to fold those 6 strands in half, just like so. Then we're going to take our crochet hook, and we're going to insert our hook into that first single crochet, and then we're going to take our yarn and pull that through that single crochet, and then pull the ends through that loop and pull tight. And then you're going to repeat that on every second single crochet all the way across, and then you're going to do the same on the other end of the scarf. When your fringe is attached, you can use a scissors just to even up those strands. And that's it, that's your scarf completed. If you liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my blog, crochetwithcarrie.com. So until next time, take care.